Hello. Yeah, I can hear. Hello, good day. You're welcome to Tech Build Africa, and yes, we are having your most interactive session, Tech Rounds, live on Tech Build Africa. My name is Emmanuel Michael Amogu, and I'll be your cheerful host. Like I usually say, they call me the innovation cheerleader, but I don't know about you, so that's left for you. And today we have a very interesting topic. as usual, to discuss here today on Tech Rounds. And sure, I would not be doing this alone. I have a very interesting personality with me that you will be meeting in the studio. Amanda Etuk, who is here with me in the studio. So we're set to discuss the tech for social impact and how we can engage communities, how we can build innovation, expanding the ecosystem, and how tech is bringing value to our ecosystem. Hi, Amanda. How are you doing? Great to have you here.
Hi, I'm very happy to be here.
Yeah, thank you very much. So Amanda is just a sneak peek before she actually tells us who she is. So Amanda is the founder of Messenger, a logistics platform, and then she is also a supply chain expert, also into sales and marketing and the logistics. I mean, I would have called her the queen of logistics because she's really deep into that sector. And yes, Amanda, I'm very happy to have you here in the studio today. How do
Thank
you
you.
feel being on Tech Rounds?
well, um, I think a huge part of the business of building is talking about it.
Yeah,
I'm sorry that I have to now link to the scripture, but you can't light a candle and put it under the bushel. So a lot of people, there's always this balance. Are you supposed to spend so much time talking about what you do, or actually be on the field doing it? And so yeah, it's always exciting to showcase or spotlight what we do or what I'm doing and the very interesting projects that I'm working on per time. So this
yeah.
is a great opportunity. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it's always good to talk about what you're doing as well as doing it,
Yeah.
because people need to know, yeah, you're doing this and how can they benefit? Because if people don't know that there is a value in the ecosystem, they wouldn't know how to use it. So thank you very much for all you do. And
Thank
yes,
you.
you cannot hide a light. So
Yeah.
you're always going to shine, so let it shine. And yeah, so if you're just joining us, please share the link. Okay, it's Tech Build Africa on YouTube. You can join us on YouTube. Share the link to your friends, to innovators, to ecosystem players. So we're about to have a very interactive conversation, so and your opinion counts too. Let's see how you think that technology can impact our society in different ecosystem. Okay, so speaking of technology, technology has become is a veritable tool for societal change. We've seen the impact of technology in education. We've seen the impact of technology in health. We've seen the impact of technology in supply chain management. We've seen the impact of technology in different aspects, logistics, and even in government. Yeah, and tech is really doing a lot. So we can say, I mean, every sector now has been invaded by technology, and there is nothing we can use tech for right now. So, but the question is, how can we do more, the positive side of tech? How can we impact the society more with technology? And that is why we are here today, to discuss how we can leverage technology for social impact. And I'm very happy that I have someone with me who will be doing that with me here. So just another thing, technology has helped us in various ways. So when you look at the way we work today and the way we were working like 10 years back, you see that there is a difference. There is a significant difference in how we work. We have tools that make us more productive, and we've eliminated the barriers, or the hinges of barrier boundaries. I can be in a team and the person is in Europe and I'm in Nigeria, and we're in the same team. We work collaboratively, and that has been made possible because of technology. And yes, we have seen being more productive, and either as an organization or individual, technology has all made impact in our life. So thank you very much, Amanda, for coming up on Tech Rounds today. So do you mind to up and close, who is Amanda and where are you seeing adding value?
Well, my name is Amanda Etuk. I am many things. I always say that. So when I talk about who I am, I don't necessarily start with what I do.
Okay.
So the core of who I am is to amplify things. I like to make things better, relationships, people. My main focus, or I'll say my calling, is improving lives of people around me. I invest a lot in my friendships, in my relationships, my family.
Yeah.
Those are the things that are very important to me. I am most at peace in that setting. Those are things that give me joy. I find that I get a lot of happiness when I've made things better for
Mm.
somebody or for a community or just basically adding value. That's what excites me. Um, so that's just a segue into who I am as a person. I'm from Akwa Ibom State. I'm very proud of where I'm from. So there are many parts of me, but I think that where I'm from is somewhere that I love a lot, and I like to discuss because it's a huge part of who I am as a
Yeah.
person, and has shaped, my work, a lot of things that I'm committed to. So I'm also the founder of a company called Messenger. We started many years ago and were benefiting from technology as well. So we were a traditional business at the beginning. And once we incorporated technology into our business, we've seen scale
Yeah.
and we've seen faster growth.
Interesting.
So my journey is being amplified, like I would say, by technology. So things
Awesome.
that we're doing 5 years ago, now we're more in the spotlight because we're using technology.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank
That's
you.
that's that's amazing. And you said something about making a place better, and I really key into that because I think my dad used to say, if you go into a place before you leave, it make sure it is better for other person that would come after you to use that same place. So I think that's a value we all need to inculcate in our daily life. So Abadie.
Yeah. So this is the part where I disappoint a lot of people, but at least I can answer that.
Okay,
Idioko.
Idioko. Okay, Akwa Ibom, yeah.
Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah, very much. I have a deep roots into in Akwa Ibom. I was
Okay.
born in Akwa Ibom.
All right.
Yeah, and probably I can speak Akwa Ibom more than
You
you.
might. I wouldn't even try to compete. You might
All
actually
right,
be better.
Bunibaga. Okay, so maybe one day we'll be in Akwa Ibom and we'll have things to do
Oh
and
no,
look
no,
around
not
the
one
ecosystem.
day. Not one day. We're having the Akwa Ibom Tech
Tech Week,
Week
yeah.
on the 30th, starting on the
Mm,
30th. So not one day.
yeah.
Put a date to it. So
Okay. I mean, see already
so from 30th of October, all roads lead to Akwa
Akwa
Ibom.
Ibom.
So it's not one day.
And
This is
Aquabum is a wonderful place.
it
Let's save
is.
that gist. Let's just go ahead with the
All right.
conversation. All right. So we are going to explore the role of technology in addressing social challenges and driving positive changes within the communities that we have, and then also showcasing events where technology has been instrumental to foster community engagement and an impact too. And then we'll be looking at encouraging collaboration and co-creation in various ecosystems, fostering a network of people coming together to create value and build innovation. And then we'll also be looking at promoting digital inclusion and solutions for businesses, MSMEs, and small businesses. So, and then capacity building, of course, that's very important. So we will be discussing the initiatives that individuals can harness to harness the power of technology and do best in skills or wherever they're seeing adding value or in the workspaces. So let's go on with the question rounds now. Thank you very
Sure.
much for telling us a bit about yourself and
Thank you.
getting to know you are from Akwa Ibom. People are just knowing that. And then, so what strategies do you recommend for ensuring that technology solutions are culturally sensitive?
So that's an interesting question. Why I even like technology is because there hasn't been much of I would say, except for languaging and maybe building in a particular language, there hasn't been a lot of barrier,
Mm,
let's say culturally, for adoption of technology. So in every sector, it's easy for us to use technology. I'll talk about the travel industry.
yeah,
In the past, you would have to go to the airport to buy a ticket manually. But now, regardless of where I am, I know that I can easily go online and book a ticket.
definitely.
So at the beginning as well in Nigeria, well, since we're talking about culture, people were afraid to buy things online because they were afraid that the thing will not arrive
Yeah,
or
could be a
that
scam.
it could be a scam. So that's like a cultural bias because we didn't believe at first that this could happen. And if you remember also, parents then were afraid to use online banking. Who can remember that?
Definitely. Like I do
Yeah.
vividly.
And then now we have our parents being the ones spamming us on
I mean,
WhatsApp. So so
I-
so that's the thing about technology. It gets to a point where it becomes ubiquitous, part of
Hmm,
your everyday life that it starts to break down those cultural barriers.
people begin to adapt it,
Then it becomes so
adopt. Yeah,
normal. Now I can't remember the last time I went to a bank. And then remember this that there were people that would swear never to
go
use
to
online or even ATMs. Can you remember?
the,
When it was such a big deal, like people would be afraid to use the
yeah.
ATM.
Not even operating it is an issue.
Yeah. So it's just there is time also, and then how good technology is that people adopt it very easily. if there's so many things I can go on this topic, but I don't want to speak to a particular brand. But remember when people will be concerned about, will I say, paying with POS at a when you go
Yeah.
to buy stuff, they want to see the cash in their hands. But now
Yeah.
it's just, you even want to, you don't even use your cards that much. You transfer.
Personally, I don't like holding cash. So I have a few customers that buy stuff from groceries or anything. I do transfer or any other means. I don't like holding cash. So it's stressful.
So you see, but at the beginning, you're like, oh, if I don't hold cash, I'm going to be
I
stranded.
want to see my money.
So the point about technology is that as it improves, it becomes a part of everyday life,
Okay.
regardless of the cultural barriers.
Yeah.
After a while, people they come to appreciate the technology that is in place. Like, it almost seems a cake to go back to the past.
That's quite interesting. That's what before now, anything that had to do with online was scam.
Yeah,
When once you were online, hey, don't go there. Online banking, no. But today, I mean, the aged women in the marketplaces that are using all these fintech products, and it's working for them, helping them even more than the traditional banks, even
yeah,
though that other side of the story there.
yeah.
Okay, so let's move ahead. Thank you very much. So in your opinion, what are the barriers to digital inclusion, and how can they be overcome?
To be honest, there are a lot of barriers. For us, it's very easy. You own a smartphone, you own a laptop, you have various devices that you use to connect to the internet. But we're still, people hate to admit, but we're a poor country.
Mm,
Some people can't afford the devices to plug them online. Then internet services are a bit expensive. So for people in the rural
yeah.
environments, how much are they earning it per day? How much are they going to be spending towards data? That's even people who don't have the money. But what about areas where there's no internet penetration, where you don't have fiber optics in certain states? So that's a huge barrier for digital inclusion. Phones, the devices, the internet penetration, even people having the ability to pay for these internet
Yeah.
services. Yeah.
I think those are really big issues that happen to digital inclusion. So if I'm looking at digital inclusion, I'm seeing the pillars. If we want to promote digital inclusion, there are some pillars we need to build on, and those are uh, the tools, the
Accessibility.
accessibility. Yes, and those are very important because you want someone to be digitally inclusive, and then the person doesn't cannot acquire those devices, because tech is all about tools and devices. Okay, and then you need internet connection. So imagine you are in a place whereby there is no internet connection. I mean, how does tech even start? How do you even connect with what
I don't
people are
even want to go
building?
into say power, but
And power to those are enablers to digital inclusion,
yeah.
and these are things we need to actually ensure that they are put in place for people to be digitally skilled, or be able to, we're talking about community engagement. So if we are to engage the community meaningfully, to know what tech is bringing to really impact this social good we're talking about, then these pillars have to be put in place. So who is to blame when the stuffs are lacking?
Well, I typically avoid the blame game.
Okay.
But what I would say is that a lot of people are taking responsibility.
Okay.
People are building out tech products and making it low tech. There's
Okay.
USSD right now. In
Okay.
terms of digital inclusion, people who can't afford to use the more high tech phones can
Smartphones,
still carry out transactions using USSD.
USSD.
So I would say that our innovators are working very hard to make sure that there are certain first on the pyramid can plug into technology. I've seen that even with the telecom providers, they've made data packages or bundles where you can even access YouTube, for instance, the platform
Okay.
we're on now, at a cheap rate, or even like midnight data bundles.
Yeah.
So our innovators are doing really, really well to at least lower the barrier for more people to be connected to the internet. So it's not a blame game. I believe that we'll get there, but I know that a lot of us are working towards making that a quicker reality.
Okay. Quite interesting. So, I mean, it's very easy to blame
Yeah.
and very hard to do your own part. So maybe if we start doing our own parts, maybe we will get to where we are actually heading to. All right, thank you very much. So speaking of innovators that are doing their parts and trying to see how we can build these pillars for digital inclusion, you are the founder of Messenger. So how are you creating, how are you impact, like how are you creating social, how are you impacting the society with what you're
Uh,
building with
so
Messenger?
I realized when I got in here that there's a video I could have shared way before this. I'll
Okay.
still do that after our
Okay.
conversation.
Okay.
Through our journey with Messenger, we've realized a lot of problems. You know, when you start to solve, oh, I want to do this one thing, then you
This
now
thing comes
realize
out.
that for this one thing to be done, like so many things have to
Out.
be taken into consideration. And I would say that a huge thing that we're very proud of at Messenger is that we have equipped a good number of individuals with access to earning decent income.
Oh.
So with Messenger, we have riders on our platform that are earning way above minimum wage because we've connected them to that opportunity.
Okay.
So we're financing assets, we're financing operations, and in some cases, we've provided smartphones. Now, everyone is used to ride
Awesome.
hailing,
Awesome.
delivery hailing, but people, I can say that we've directly impacted at least 300 people to plug into opportunities. So now, if you're in the city of Abuja, and you order something from one of the food delivery platforms, more likely, I would say a 5 out of 10 that it's somebody with a messenger bike that would come deliver that to you. So I think that's one of our biggest pride.
Yeah.
So I had someone come in, just a segue, came into Abuja and say, "Oh, I've not seen any messenger bike." And then my brother could confidently say, "Oh, just wait." Like in a day, you would see us.
We'll
Like
see.
you, if you're going to use e-commerce or any platform, you would interact with us in one way or the other. So there are lives behind those deliveries. There are lives behind the things you are buying, and
Okay.
we're happy to have been able to impact them.
Awesome. I was tempted to start clapping because
No, but there's still a long way to go. Like if you
definitely.
if you calculate like the if you even count the population in Nigeria, so when I say 300, that's very it's a long, long, long way to what our targets and our vision is.
I believe in the journey of 1,000 miles. What do they say?
Step.
Yeah. So if you've taken that step, I think you've taken more than one step already. So I believe you're going to get there, and I'll be
Thank
here to
you.
see you succeed.
Thank you. Now I'm clapping for that. Yes.
Awesome. Okay. So speaking about social impact. We've seen a couple of persons as organizations or individuals doing their bit to see innovation, to build innovation and engage their communities and create impact. So, how can we really measure, what are the metrics to look into when we are measuring this impact by technology in our communities?
Top of mind for me is the number of people brought out of poverty,
Okay.
number of people living above the poverty line. That's a huge, will I say, metric for me as a
Okay.
person and the projects that I engage in. So this project, whether technology, whether with Messenger, whether with the other things that we're planning, is that through this opportunity, are people going to be connected to opportunities where they can do better economically, financially? Are they going to be able to provide for themselves?
Okay.
So that's I think is one of the major metrics. And even in the developed world, you find that because internet is more accessible, the average standard of living is a bit higher.
Yeah.
People have more opportunities to earn, people have more opportunities, industries are thriving. So there's a lot, but that's like the number one metric for me.
Okay. I think, and that's very significant because if we are able to lift people from the poverty level, if we're able to lower the poverty level in the country, I think it's going to help a lot. Then looking at how to, I mean, you don't just wake up one day and say, okay, you're lowering the poverty level. People actually need to do some work, and that's when I think we it, some conversations ago I had with I think Choma from Suk, yeah,
Oh, she's
talking
actually a
about.
good friend.
Oh, Chioma.
Yes, I
Okay, we
do.
talked about skills, skilling people up, and then there are a lot of trainings around, and then people talk about tech, and skills, and then people attend workshops online and everything. But if they don't see the means of making ends meet from those talks and everything, then it would have been a actually making people to see the need. Okay, I have this skill. How can I leverage this skill to become my own entrepreneur, become my own have my own skill sets to earn from. I think that's very significant to lifting people from the poverty state.
Well, you've mentioned something very important, which is the place of training.
Hmm.
So why people focus on tech skills is because it allows people earn money from outside of their geographical region. So
Okay.
that's why the focus. So skills are still very important. And one of the conversations I was having with someone, that whether it's technical skills in terms of technology or vocational skills, the person still has to apply themselves. And at the end of the day, why we're so focusing so much on tech skills is that you can sell your skills outside of your geographical location. So,
Definitely.
for example, with vocational skills, which I think are very important, you are going to be selling within your geography. But
Yeah.
for example, if you train as a graphics designer, UI, UX, you can export your skills all over the world. You can stay in your village in Akwa Ibom
And
and be able to earn from anywhere in Germany.
as far as you're good,
Exactly. As far as you're competent, as far as people can say, oh, this is what he's designed, he's really good at this. Nobody's going to care that you don't speak English properly. They want to see the quality of your work. And that's a major reason why a lot of people are pushing those tech skills. We want people to, not everybody's going to be able to jackpot at the end of the day. Not everybody is going to be able to, move out. We want to say, "Ah, you have
what from
opportunity."
the
Yeah, they're global. So that's the reason, local guy, but global opportunities.
translocal?
Exactly.
I had a conversation with a woman that she has a store. So I was like, okay, why are you just selling to people in your street? Why not make this business? Take it online. Say, online, I don't have money, I don't have this, I don't have this. How do I even start? It's a small. I said, no, you can do it. Like, start from, let's say, Google My Business. So, like, someone can come to an area, particular area, and like, okay, where can I make my hair? And just like, hairdresser near me, and you pop up. You see, it all these things are easy. And then I was like, okay, let me help you do this. I think I set up from that was when I started newly with digital marketing. I was like, okay, I'm going to help small businesses to take their businesses online. So I started doing that, and I did that for people that sell clothes, hairdressers. I did that for some store owners and stuff, and it worked for them because I could see the analytics that people are actually searching for things online.
Yeah,
I mean, everything is digital. People are searching for
yeah,
things. And then if they are searching within your vicinity, there is more likelihood that you are going to pop up. And if you pop up, your phone number is there. And if you have a website, fine. Point of contact. So you shouldn't limit your point of contact to where you're just staying. So I mean, take your business global. You don't know who is looking for you and what you're doing, and people like it. All right. So thank you very much.
yeah.
And on to the next one. So how can different stakeholders and non-profit organizations or government tech companies collaborate effectively to drive sustainability with technology?
So everyone has a different focus area. I have to
Okay.
mention that. So some organizations, even within CSR or even within the UN Sustainable Development Goals, people have thematic areas that they're focused on. You know
Okay.
how I mentioned that we're particularly focused on providing decent economic opportunities.
Okay.
Some people are focused on the climate. So you'll find that as part of the CSR strategies, people will want to plug in different ways to their community. So for us is to make sure that people have good jobs. And for other people is more like creating a talent pipeline. A lot of companies, especially in tech, they have a lot of strong internship programs that they're running, and that's
Yeah.
towards building the next generation or younger leaders to come into those organizations. So a lot of people have different areas that they focus on, and we can see that the work that is being done. So
Definitely.
it's beyond a one person or one sector's job to do so.
All right, thank you very much. So this is still Tech Rounds on Tech Build Africa. I believe you've enjoyed the conversation so far. And if you have any question, don't hesitate to put it down in the comment section. I can see a lot of persons already have comments here. So
Okay.
please keep it coming. I will take our time to pick your comment, and then I'll throw whatever questions you have open, and then we can see how we can address those. And then please, if you are here, share the link. Okay, share it on Instagram, Meta platforms, on your LinkedIn. Share it to your WhatsApp status. Let people join. Let's have this conversation here on Take Rounds. Thank you very much. And don't forget, I'm still here with Amanda Etuk.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Amanda, thank you very much so far. So let's continue the conversation. So we've talked about how different stakeholders can come in, the governments, tech companies and individuals can come in to collaborate. And that brings me again to talking about the power of collaboration. I
Yeah.
mean, nobody actually does it alone. Last session, I had a conversation with Grace Oluchi, the creative director of Creative Spaces and Climate Action Africa founder. Yeah, she mentioned that through her journey that she has not done all of it by herself. So, and I also had to add to that that Africa has underestimated the power of collaboration. If you go to Europe, Europe has been where they are today because they have collaborated within that ecosystem. But if you come to Africa, you see that we want to do stuff alone and it keeps pushing us apart.
Yeah.
And then coming to the ecosystem, I think people really need to co-create, collaborate to build products, to create innovation. And now, thank God, we are now looking into Akwa Ibom Tech Week. So, how do you think we can foster collaboration in that ecosystem? Because we are looking to, when you're talking about collaboration, collaboration will actually help us to expand ecosystems. Co-creation would help us to expand ecosystems, and not just like we have something just in Lagos. If we co-create and collaborate, we can see these amazing innovation being pushed to the hinterlands, being pushed to other parts of building other ecosystem, because all of it is for one good. So how our Quibum Tech Week is coming up, how can we push for collaborations in different ecosystems?
Okay, so this is a very interesting, still very interesting conversation. But I would say that in the last couple of weeks, I've learned more about collaborative ecosystems than I have in my entire life.
Wow.
So I've heard things about, like, the triple helix structure or even the pentahelix structure, things that were very unfamiliar to me before now. And mostly what like I say, the underlying principle behind them is that there's a collaboration between the public sector, private sector, and then tertiary institutions.
Mhm.
So a very great example is even how Meta started. It was being done by tertiary institution students at the time.
Yeah.
So a lot of our innovation should be driven by education, by our tertiary institutions. We should be fostering them as innovation hubs to support companies now. You know,
Okay.
so we want the academia to rise up to the occasion to say things and solutions are being taught are things that are relevant for 2025 even or 2023 right now.
But do we have that though?
Well, people are working towards it. I know
Okay.
that a lot is being talked about regarding our curriculum,
Yeah,
but
like a lot needs to be done in that part, because
that's
if you go to the schools, someone would even say, okay, I think that's what brought about the whole school na
yeah.
scam or saga and everything, because you go to some schools and what you're being taught, like you can feel that it will make impact in this era of the digital era. So you're like, so why do we have this kind of curriculum? So I think we really, a lot needs to be done in that aspect.
That's one aspect. So apart from our standard tertiary institutions, there are a lot of innovation centers that are focused on technology learnings.
Okay.
So learning is universal. Let me say that first of all. So people might say school is scam, but there are a lot of people who are self-taught at a skill,
Hmm.
or even self-taught at whatever technical expertise that they've come into.
Okay.
So you might say the four walls of a building, maybe people don't believe in it, but there's so many ways to learn and actually contribute towards innovation. And that's what a lot of the innovation hubs, even in Lagos, Abuja, and Akwa Ibom that we're
Yeah.
focused on, are creating. They're creating a cohort of solution builders, of people who are going to look at the problem, whether in private sector, and say, okay, how can we improve this? How can we innovate in this area? So yes, then there's a place for government. There's a place for policies that support this innovation that we're
Okay.
all talking about. And then the private sector, are we building things that are actually going to impact lives, or are we building for other reasons? So a lot of innovation from other parts of the world are focused on a particular thing. And I understand we're in a very different market, but our solutions should also be tailored to our very specific local problems.
Definitely.
Now there is, this is another work for somebody else, but now we're in an era where fuel has become very expensive. I would so love to have a water-driven vehicle right now. So I'm that those are some of the things that if we're solving problems that are particular to us,
Yeah.
even within the private sector, it might not immediately
when I have conversation with some of the founders or innovators around within my network, I'm like, okay, this product you're building, how is it going to impact life? So what problem are you solving? Because if you're not able to pick the problem you're solving, then it's likely that you'll not have your market. And most of the times you have to build, people tend to build product for the market and then they actually forget the problem they are solving. I mean, but yeah, it's good to build for the market, but if we are focused more on solving problem, then you actually create the market, because there is no how you will solve a problem. You create value and you will not have money for yourself. So for the more value you are creating, the more income streams you're creating for yourself. So I calling on all innovators, please, whatever you're building your product, just think again, look back to your ecosystem, look back to the community, and see what problem are you really solving. Because I've seen, I'm tempted to call the fintech sector, but we keep having a lot of fintech innovation, and yeah, and then we talk about financial inclusion. Fine, fine, fine. But then after several years or some time, you see that this one shuts down, another one comes up, and then what you end up doing is building, will I say, distrust among people about such innovations, and that is actually a problem.
Yes, I do understand what you're saying, and it's very tricky to balance because we're in a capitalist world. To
Okay.
even we have to have it plain out there that we're in a capitalist world. But when there are some organizations that are building based on the problems that we have,
Okay.
especially I can now say even the agri sector.
Okay.
So before we had a lot of small farmers that sell their produce to.
Okay.
Technology has also come in a way to structure that sort of commerce between the farmers and larger buyers themselves. So
Okay.
that's one use case impacted the people. So yes, there are lots of products that are being built, and you wonder who the market or whose problem or pain point is solving. But then we still have a lot of good examples.
Yeah.
So I can, they had some issues, but I can mention Tribe Agric, for example. There are
Okay.
lots of farmers in the southwest and in the middle belt that are benefiting from that technology that has
Yeah.
been built. So yes, we have a lot to do in connecting with the real problems in our
That we have.
society. Yes, there's a lot of that.
Yes.
And then more people say, okay, what's the market in this solution? Because again, life is expensive, so you have to know that, okay, the people you're creating this solution for, how much you seek to gain from this that would actually solve other targets or value systems in your life.
Yeah.
So those are the things that a lot of founders have to think of. So I do understand what you mean about the sector, but people also look at the market. What can they be paid to create?
Okay.
Not all of us can be social impact entrepreneurs at the end of the day.
Definitely. You go empty-handed empty-handed at the end of the
Well,
day.
there's a saying now that I think has helped me guide, the thoughts around my life. I
Okay.
read it by chance somewhere, and it made me understand more. It's like I've chosen to have less because I want to do more.
Hmm.
But not everybody wants to have less.
Interesting.
It's not something to sell to
People
everybody.
maybe should have more people like
Oh
yourself.
no, they shouldn't, because we need more people who have more to support the
Okay.
people who have
Oh,
less.
awesome.
Yeah.
So you've spoken about the agri solutions, and yes, Nigeria is has a landscape that agriculture can really thrive, and I don't think we've really harnessed that sector to its fullest. There is a lot of potential in that sector. Just I think at the night just concluded NIS, we partnered to deliver NIS Nigeria Innovation Summit. Yeah, one man, I think he's doing that for the northern part of Nigeria. So he was like, okay, that they're creating, because the problem, one of the top problems farmers are having is being able to assess the market after producing. And most of the time you see that they get to lose, they get their product gets spoiled,
Yeah.
and then when they are selling off, they don't get the value of what they are selling. And that's why you see some farmers still being poor even when they are working so hard. So the solution is we connect you to the market, we help you with logistics and everything, and you're able to assess the market, make a lot huge income from whatever you're doing, and then and mechanize your farming. And that's really awesome. If we are able to mechanize farming in Nigeria and then invest a lot in making the that sector robust, I think we will not have issues about food. Nigeria is big enough to export food, so that's a topic
It
for
would be
another
a
day.
crime for me now not to mention an Akwa Ibom led business that is doing great things in the agri sector. So it's called
Okay.
Winich Farms.
Okay. Oh,
So we're about to do a project with them in partnership with Akwa Ibom Tech Week to
awesome.
train 1,000 smallholder farmers.
That's cool.
So sometimes a lot of people are used to subsistent farming. That means they're farming only for
For
their
yourself,
for themselves.
yeah.
So Winich Farms is coming in partnership to create programs across like local governments to teach them how they can do more, even with the land and the
That's
input that
awesome.
they have.
That's awesome. All right. Thank you very much. It's time to talk about Akwa Ibom Tech Week
Oh
now.
yeah,
So Akwa Ibom Tech Week is upcoming, and
yes.
so people will say, what is it about? What is it about? The whole Akwa Ibom, are we coming to one place to sit down? Are we coming to one place to play football? Are we coming to one place to eat? Are we coming to what is it about? So Akwa Ibom Tech Week. So what impact will it create in the ecosystem, and what should we look out for?
Okay, so I think I'm like an old person. I always give a lot of analogies. So
Okay.
you don't know that sometimes before you buy a product, you'd have seen it plenty times.
Mm,
You'd have experienced it through adverts. You'd have experienced it by hearing it even passively
yeah.
several times. So for us, Akwa Ibom is this beautiful product, and what we're doing first is a showcase. So people say, "Oh, conferences is the same thing they say every time." Well, have you been to Akwa Ibom? So it's more like this is an invitation first and foremost to Akwa Ibom,
To
to
explore Akwa Ibom.
experience
Yeah.
Akwa Ibom. So when you come, we want to talk to you. We want to showcase our leaders, our innovators that are within Akwa Ibom, and say this is what we have. We're a beautiful state. We have the talent here. We have peace. We have good road infrastructure. Look at where we're doing this event. Look at our people
Awesome.
here. See how many of our indigenes and sons and daughters are representing across the sectors. Come and do business with us. Come and partner with us. Come and innovate with us. That is it. So first, this is first and foremost to showcase Akwa Ibom to the world
Yeah.
and the talent that is there. We want people to come to Akwa Ibom. Again, on the business aspect of things, we have just very few viable markets in Nigeria. If we have one more, that's great for other businesses.
Definitely.
So when you're doing your market sizing, it will not just be Lagos and Abuja. Then you'd have to consider another contender
Yeah. And
that
Akwa
is
Ibom is a good one for the list.
exactly. So that's the whole rationale behind it. So it doesn't just benefit us that from Akwa Ibom,
Yeah.
but it benefits other people. So I've had someone from our committee share a very important story. So like now, most Igbo people are not from China, but China has enriched them. So imagine having a market in the place of Akwa Ibom that creates value for a lot of individuals.
Okay.
So we need to see more, not just on zoning or like, oh, I'm not from there, so I don't think I want to do things. People are gaining, even in the tourism sector, from Dubai.
Definitely.
Travel agencies are gaining from Dubai. Merchants and people's trading are gaining from China. We are creating this region that benefits not just the indigenes, but the entire country. And that's how I want us to see this Akwa Ibom project.
Awesome. So you've painted a very clear picture of Akwa Ibom Tech
Yeah.
Week, and I'm very sure anyone watching this would be like, "Wow, how can I join? How can I join this party? How can I explore Akwa Ibom?" In the context of Akwa Ibom Ayaya, and
Yes.
and that there are a lot of things, good roads and everything, and I think when Akwa Ibom started developing so fast, I mean, the word spread out really. And now, if we're talking about Akwa Ibom Tech, I think this is second, this
Yes.
2.0, and imagine what 2.0 would be like. So, how can people join Akwa Ibom Tech? How can people buy into this innovate idea?
Okay, so first of all, it's a week long event.
Oh,
So we have different things happening on different days of the week. From Monday, we're showcasing one of our own companies that is homegrown called
okay,
Wella Health on Monday. We're also having happy hour at Ibom Icon. So on Tuesday and Wednesday, we'll be in Ikotopene at the Four Points. On Thursday, we're going round our innovation hub tours, and then on Friday is the Google Developer Festival. So they're like a whole series of events that anyone can plug into. But I know a lot of people might say, "Oh, I can't travel." So we're also live streaming this event.
oh,
So from
wonderful.
wherever in the world you can connect with
So it's
us.
hybrid.
Yes, it's a hybrid
Awesome,
event.
awesome.
So that way there's no excuse. If you want to come to Akwa Ibom, you can check any of our pages on Instagram, Twitter. It's Ibom Tech Week. If you reach out to us, the details are there. Also on ibominnovation.ng We have full details of the event there, but you can stream anywhere in the world and be connected to Akwa Ibom.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I can just imagine what it would have taken to put this all together. The time, the stress, the mental brainstorm, the brainstorming and everything. And that gets me to ask, okay, how were you able to leverage partnerships and collaborations to actually put this in place?
Well, luckily, we're a community of doers, so it's
Okay,
not a one person show. So, very great to have all the help and support. So, we are part of the Ibom Innovation Network. So, we have
okay,
citizens, indigents who are concerned about the welfare and the technological advancement of Akwa Ibom. So, we basically have been able to leverage on each other in terms of partnerships, in terms of network support. So, it has been, yes, a lot of work, but a bit easier because we are a community that's
yeah.
planning this. Yeah.
That again showcases the power of community
And
and
collaboration.
collaboration.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Amanda.
You're welcome.
Let's take a look at the comment section here.
Okay.
Okay, we have your people, Akwa Ibom Tech. They are proud of you,
Oh,
Amanda.
thank you.
Okay, they've got your back.
Oh, that's really
Okay,
sweet.
and then we have Abdullah Muhammad Al
Okay.
Saidi. Okay, say thank you. I really enjoyed this program, though the network is bad. Oh, sorry about
Oh,
that. So please, I want to learn more about IT programs. Okay, thank you very much. I hope your network will help you to scale through that. And Inyenobong Basi, awesome session. Thank you very much, Michael Team site, Benga Adeyemi, great conversation. Thank you very much, Akwawo Mbo. I think it's throwing a shade on. You said you mentioned you wanted to have a car that can drive with water, so
yeah.
it's like water-driven vehicle. So I think that's for you. Then Michael let him here. He said choosing to have less should be the new gospel. Yeah, I think that's Amanda 2023,
Yeah.
choosing to have less and do more. Thank you very much.
Thank
Yeah, so
you.
we're still looking for. I think we have. I don't know if you want to say something about Abdullah that says he wants to learn more about IT programs.
Ah.
If there are such opportunities too
Oh,
for yeah.
well, yes, there are opportunities. So we have a number of our innovation hubs that offer free trainings.
Okay.
So for instance, I think just in a few months ago, Code House opened up a cohort teaching people tech skills for free.
Okay.
That's Code House. It's in Akwa Ibom State, AK to be precise. But they've trained people from all over the country and all over the world. So it's very easy to plug into that platforms because training that will be announced soon is called No Code Africa. So he's
No
also,
Code Africa.
yes, No
Okay.
Code Africa is also planning to train a number of people on technical and technology skills, how you can build whether your web app or mobile
Okay.
app from scratch without
Okay.
knowing how to code.
Awesome.
So I think following us would give more insights on how you
So
can
can you call the
participate.
platform they can follow so that they can get this
Ibom Tech Week.
Ibom Tech Week? So
So
follow
yeah,
Ibom Tech Week so they can stay up to date with all the information.
yeah.
And then Michael too, I think that was Abdullah, okay. Yeah, we have a community. Tech Build Africa has a community of tech enthusiasts, innovators, and people, tech talents, people who wants to leverage opportunity and stay updated. So you can join, check on our Twitter or any of our social media platform. You'll see a link to our community, okay. And I think I will also try to put that in the comment section so you can
Yeah.
join our community, and then I believe I can also get those
Yes, I'll
information from
send the
your
links
yeah.
to you.
I'll get the links and then I'll post it on our community. So join Tech Build Africa. If you're on Telegram, you can easily search on Telegram Tech Build Africa and join. I mean, there are a lot of opportunities to leverage. And
Yeah.
then when we have discussions like this with innovators like Amanda and thought leaders, we get such opportunities and we feed that community. So that's why you need to be part of a community like Tech Build Africa. All right, thank you very much. Yeah, in case you have more questions, okay, you can always send that in. More comments coming in here from Aqua but the power of community and collaboration.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course, it's the power of community and collaboration that has given birth to Akwa Ibom Tech Week,
Yes.
that wonderful baby. And then we can't really wait to explore Akwa Ibom, like you've said.
Yeah.
All right, the last question now. I like to be futuristic, especially
Okay.
when I'm having conversations, because I believe that whatever we're building today, we're building for the future.
Yes.
Because even Mark Zuckerberg, when he started the Facebook or something, I'm very sure he had a clear vision about the future. When they started from the school setting, they had a vision. I believe that any product, any solution you're creating to any problem today, you are trying to make life better for the future. And
Yeah.
yes, whatever we've enjoyed today is an effort of the past. Okay,
Yes.
so just being futuristic now. So looking into the future, what will be the state of technology innovation in our region?
Well, what I would like to see, or what we're prepping the ground for, is that in the next few years, when we're having this conversation, we're going to be pointing to, will I say, leading innovators from Akwa Ibom. So
Hmm.
right now we do have some of them, but we're gaining, or we're aiming for a point where the companies that come out of our region are almost like ubiquitous to everyday life.
Okay.
That's the main target. So something almost obnoxious, I say it a lot, is that right now we all benefit from the sidewalks, correct?
Okay.
But we don't really know who built them. So we're looking forward to, or who invented them. We're looking forward to a product coming out of Akwa Ibom that is so part of everyday life that
Okay.
you even forget that it exists.
Awesome.
So watch out for what we're launching from the region.
Watch out. Watch out. Thank
Watch
you
out.
very much.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much. Yes, and it's been an interesting conversation. So I was
Yeah.
just looking to see if we have more questions. No
Okay.
more questions for now. I believe we've addressed Abdullah Said's question. Yeah. So like I said, join the community, and then we're pushing this conversation to another level now. Thank you very much, Amanda.
Thank
You've
you.
done so well so far, and
It's been a very interesting
yeah.
conversation.
Okay, so we have the next segment now, and
Okay.
this segment is where you get to unwind a bit. So I hope.
Okay. So now I'm reclining for the
Yeah,
relaxation
take
part
your
of
time,
things.
okay,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
yeah, so we're just gonna play a fun game, and
Okay.
yeah, and to wind a bit. So hope you're ready.
Yeah.
Can I start?
Born ready.
Okay. Okay, so what was the first computer gadget you owned, and how did it influence your interest in technology?
So we had this home PC system, and I don't know if it was Yahoo Messenger. So that was the home with dial-up with multi-links in
Okay.
our house. And what was so interesting is going into that room and chatting with people from, how you just have like random usernames.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people on this call might not be old enough to remember that, but
Gen Z, sorry.
sorry, but like I could remember just talking to people from different parts of the world. It was so interesting. You'd be talking to some random person, entering different chat
Yeah.
rooms. I suspect that you're young too, but
Okay.
but yeah, just the I. So that was, I think that was the most interesting gadget. And remember when my father brought it home and when he set it up. I'm not like I don't have
What name
technical
did you
skills.
call it again?
I don't even know. It was like a home PC setup. So for me, it was the communication aspect of it that was so
Okay.
exciting. Like I couldn't wait to be done with everything I was doing, just so I could chat with random people that were all over the world.
Just maybe I can't relate though.
No, you can't. It was, I think it was Yahoo Messenger. You just
But
enter
I know about
very
Yahoo Messenger
random,
very well.
random chat rooms. It was just a very funny
I
time.
think I know about it, but I didn't get to use it much. I know Yahoo Messenger.
That, and I hope I have the name right, but I remember those chat
I know
rooms.
it had this eye icon or something like
Yes,
that.
like a smiley.
Yeah, I know
Yeah,
about it, but
yeah.
I'm
It was,
not
it was
sure.
just it was just
I
interesting.
wasn't I wasn't so privileged to have access to
Yeah.
those kind of gadgets. So the only time I could use a computer was when I went to school, and maybe, and then the time for computer room was very sacrosanct for me. Like, I want to leave every other thing. I want to be in the computer room. I want to touch it. Like, computer was literally like a gold for me. So the and then the sounds that were coming out, there's this toy boy that normally dances inside the system,
Yeah,
and then whenever we're in the computer, we want to touch everything. But today, I mean, I'm tired of computers because anytime I'm on the system,
it's
I'm
work.
working and
Yeah,
everything. So I mean, that's life. So that it's good to share what you would
yeah.
say. So can you share an inspiring story of a tech-driven social initiative that you admire and it has impacted the community?
I have to think about this one.
Okay.
There are many actually. There are many that you just see and you're like, wow, I wish I thought of that.
Okay.
So I would say that one of the I'm not sure if it's a social technology, but I think I'm very inspired by the whole piggy vest.
Okay.
Yes, like
And Grace mentioned Piggyverse too the
yeah,
last time.
Yeah, because it's something that sounds so simple, and it wasn't there before them. So you can imagine. And then it's also great for all those people who were being scammed by doing that job. So
Yeah.
like just keep your money in the piggy bank. Like so just that whole idea. So it's just like wow, why didn't I think of this?
Okay, awesome. So if you could time travel to the future and bring back one piece of technology, what will it be?
To be honest, I wouldn't go back to bring anything.
Okay.
I'll just go back to go like forward to know what happened, and then
Okay.
come back so that I can get to that destination faster because the struggle, no,
It's not easy.
no, it's
You
not.
choke.
No, I just give me the cheat codes. Let me just move
Okay.
past this level very
Okay.
quickly. Yeah.
Okay. But I think if you allow me, if I go to the future and I'm back, you guys are not gonna see my back.
I mean, it's not even that. Like, I just want to know like everything so that I can just
I'm
you know
gonna be a genius. Do you know what that means?
I can't even share anything I know with anybody. So if I just be like, okay, this is for me and my own, like
Okay.
just to stay sane. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right. All right. So, okay, the next one. If you yourself could invent a technology that solves a global problem, what would it be and why would you invent such?
Global problem.
Hmm.
Like I mentioned four efficient vehicles. So imagine
Okay.
if I just did something with sand,
Hmm.
never had to buy fuel. It would be great.
And you have to make sand very scarce for us.
Okay, so that would be another problem. But just something that almost like just powers it for
Okay.
close to nothing.
Okay.
With no pollution or climate change or anything, that would be great.
Okay.
Another one that I really like is if I could do an app that would like the things that I have in mind. Maybe you just style you instantly. Oh,
Hmm.
you should wear this. This will look good on you. That would be great. Then food to appear in front of me.
I think speaking of that,
So
the dressing, I was skimming through the Instagram this week and I saw is it by Microsoft or
I think it's
Adobe?
Adobe. Yeah.
Adobe, the digital dress.
Yeah.
Awesome. So the lady came
Yes.
out and like, okay, I'm gonna do like this, and it was just changing and different. It looks awesome. And I think that's in line with all the stuff we're trying to achieve with the
Yes.
metaverse and
Yes.
this, and that was awesome. Imagine what could be developed more from
Like
that.
it would be so cool to have that.
Going for tech conferences and you could just appear in your digital dress. It's like,
Yeah.
awesome. Okay, traditional or continental dishes. I know you're from Akwa Ibom, and then when you talk about Akwa Ibom, the first thing that goes to Akwa Ibom people know how to cook. They have good food. They have everything. I don't know. So traditional or continental dishes.
Both.
Both.
Both. I'm a foodie. I'll eat everything.
No, you have to choose one right
No,
now.
no, no, no. Let me see. Okay, well, I would say traditional.
Okay, that's what I was looking at.
No traditional, yes.
Okay, all right. So, let me pry in more. So, what are those you've mentioned traditional? So, I mean, we're talking about Akwa Ibom Tech Week.
Yeah.
Do you want to mention those awesome dishes that Akwa Ibom has?
Aha. So my best soup, first of all, is afang soup
I found
with
king of all soup.
goat meat and stockfish. That's
Awesome.
aka oporoko
Oh,
with like nice periwinkle.
are you not coming for Akwa Ibom Tech Week
so
already?
so that's like that afang like really it has to be goat meat and it has to be stockfish. Like it has to be very busy. Uh-huh.
Hmm.
So that's like my
The
best.
congestion inside the plate.
Yes. So
Awesome.
like top, top, like afang. Yes. That's one. Another thing that I like, but takes a while to make, is ekpan kuko.
Hmm.
So
I love a
just
pan too.
yeah, so just those two things. Then if you even want to take it a bit further, afia fere
Ah,
with hot pounded yam. Just
please let's. That's awesome. That's
yeah.
awesome. Akwa Ibom has a lot.
Yes,
Has
you
a
do.
lot.
Yes,
I mean, people should be there actually.
you should
Okay.
be.
The next one here is if there was a teleportation app,
Yeah.
okay, developed tomorrow, where would you teleport to your dream
Home.
home?
I'll go see my parents very often without having to leave. That's what I'll do. So
Okay.
my teleportation is I'll be in Lagos. I'll just go quickly home to Abuja, spend time with my parents, and come back.
Seems you have
That's
this likeness with your parents a
oh
lot.
yes, I love my family a
You're a
lot.
family person.
Yes, I am.
That's cool.
So that's what I would do basically.
That's cool. That's cool. Okay. The next one, if your innovative journey had a theme song, what will it be? And just give us a line.
You know what? It's
Okay.
already been created. We just tweak it a bit. is it's that Akwa Ibom Yaya song. So that would be
Eh?
like it's like the
Okay.
theme song in my head for like the Akwa
If
Ibom
you
Tech race.
Akwa Ibom, yeah, yeah, if
If
you
you enter motor
okay,
or enter error, something
okay.
I can't sing, but yeah, you get it.
I get the vibe.
So
I
yeah, we
get the
just tweak
vibe.
a few things, but
Okay.
yes, that would be
Awesome,
the
awesome,
theme
awesome.
song.
Nice choice, nice
Yeah.
choice. Then, still being futuristic now. What's the
Okay.
next big tech trend we'll be talking about in 5 to 10 years time?
Hmm. So I can't really predict trends when it comes
Okay,
to technology. I would say that my own main skill is selling whatever technology that I have to sell,
okay,
but I can't predict. So AI just it seems like AI came out of nowhere, but it was there before
yeah,
because I can remember even as far back as 2019, I was using Fireflies to record my
okay,
meetings. So
yeah,
AI has been there. It's just after a while, it just in boom, it just comes into the limelight. So I don't think I have any real trends in terms of technology that I can personally predict right now.
okay. I still think AI. We've not seen more. We've not seen
No,
all of
we
AI, and
haven't. We
it's still going to be
haven't.
great. And I keep saying it. We still need to do more in the areas of policy and regulation of AI and how we are using it. Because I mean, imagine if AI has everything about you, your detail, your face, your voice, and I mean, you can easily be cloned digitally, and then anything can
It
happen.
can my online presence can be used to perpetrate scams.
Yeah, and then
Yeah, yeah, we have that.
okay,
Those concerns are valid. Those concerns are valid, but I think that there's a lot. We're using AI now. A lot of people use it in terms of for like study
yeah,
essays. My own fear is that we might begin to lose a bit of originality.
mm, in the
Your
content.
process still matters.
Mm,
Sometimes when I read something and it just seems so, AI written,
yeah,
we start to lose.
the human factor is not
Yeah,
really
we
there.
start to lose depth in our conversations.
Yeah.
People don't want to think about what to say anymore.
Mm. It's now
So
promptings.
yeah, it's now
Promptings
prompts.
on one robot somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, so now this particular one. So, what's your passion outside of work? If you're not working, what are you doing?
To be honest, I'm eating.
Oh, you said you were a foodie.
Yes, I am a
Hmm.
foodie. Or I'm resting. So my spirit animal is Garfield. I don't know
Okay.
if the younger people that have seen that, but Garfield is like a fat orange cat that just lies down and is fed and pampered.
Okay.
That's what I am when I'm not
You
working.
just want to relax a bit.
Please relax and be taken care of. So that's what I would do if I wasn't working.
Awesome. Awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was fun. That was
Yeah,
fun.
thank you.
And
This was a
how
very
did you feel?
interesting.
How did you feel?
Very fine, very conversation style.
Awesome. Okay. This is all courtesy of Tech Rounds on Tech Build Africa. Of course, I've been having this wonderful conversation with Amanda Etuk, and she's done very well so far. I'm just
Okay.
wrap up through the comment section before we wrap this session. Nedu Dobong, well, watch out. That's for the Akwa Ibom, like, yeah,
Yeah.
watch out for Akwa Ibom Tech Week. And here we have Wale. Well done, Amanda. All tech must be useful to the community,
Yes.
one way or the other, to be relevant and worth their development. Really, I mean, I totally agree with that. And then, well done also for coordinating the coming Akwa Ibom Tech Week 2023, starting on October 30th, 2023. Yeah, this would further bring together the Nigerian tech ecosystem for more cooperation and collaboration. Definitely, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. Then another comment here from your people. I want to relax and be taken care of. Yes,
Don't we
if you
all?
want to if you want to relax and be taken care of, then you should come to Akwa Ibom.
Yes, you should
Definitely.
actually. We'll try. We'll do our part.
I look forward to connecting with that ecosystem. Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. So thank you very much, everyone that has watched this section, everyone that has been here for. I've seen all of you. I've seen your reactions and everything. Thank you very much. Please do ensure to subscribe to our platform to support us. Okay, subscribe to Tech Build Africa on YouTube, on Instagram, on Twitter, Facebook, and where else? TikTok. Yeah, we just joined TikTok. So yeah, we have video content for you. And yes, you can. How can they connect with you, Amanda?
My name, Amanda Etuk, on all social media platforms.
That's SEO friendly,
Yeah.
Amanda Etuk.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can
Everywhere.
go to everywhere is Amanda Etuk. And yes,
Yes.
you can also connect with me. I've been Emmanuel Michael Lamogo. So if you search for Emmanuel Lamogo, I'm very sure I'll be the most will I say thought-provoking person you will see online on Google. So just search for Emmanuel Amogo. And Amanda, thank you very much for
Thank you so
coming.
much. Thank you for having
When are we
me.
seeing you again?
In Akwa Ibom.
Okay, in Akwa Ibom. So all road leads to Akwa Ibom.
Always this
Thank you
Akwa
very
Ibom.
much. And
Thank you.
your last words before we draw the curtains.
Well, I think Nigerians should travel more.
Mm,
This is the last thing. So a lot of people have been everywhere else, but they haven't been to a lot of states, even within our country. So this is an official invitation to Akwa Ibom.
okay,
Yes. So please
an
come.
official invitation.
Official
I think I'll be
invitation.
there too.
Yes, you would.
We
Look
will.
forward
So
to hosting you.
thank you very much. It's
All
been
right.
Tech Rounds, and we got to skedaddle at this point. So do have a lovely day ahead. Thank you very much.
All right.